All right, let's dive in. If you're part of the self-hosting world, you already know the amazing freedom it gives you, but you also know about the huge responsibility that comes with it. So today, we're going to talk about a tool that's built to make that responsibility a whole lot easier, Zerobyte. It's a backup automator made specifically for folks like us.
You know, this is the one question that probably keeps every self-hoster up at night, right? You've spent all this time setting up your services, organizing your media, building your own little corner of the internet. But what happens if a drive dies or a file gets corrupted? Who's got your back?
And let's be honest, for a lot of us, the answer is, well, it's a mess. It's this patchwork of custom scripts you cobbled together years ago, maybe some manual drag-and-drop backups when you remember to do them, and just this constant low-level worry in the back of your mind. It's a system built on crossed fingers, and that's no way to live. Well, this is exactly where Zerobyte comes into the picture. It's designed to take all that chaos and replace it with clean, simple, and most importantly, reliable automation. Think of it as the set-it-and-forget-it guardian for all your precious data.
So, what's it bringing to the table? Well, for starters, it's built on top of Restic, which is a fantastic, super efficient backup program. That means you get automated backups with all the good stuff like deduplication and compression. You can also set up really flexible schedules and rules, like keep daily backups for a week, then weekly ones for a month. And this is huge. Everything is end-to-end encrypted. It handles common network shares like NFS and SMB right out of the box, and it wraps all this power in a really nice, modern web interface.
Okay, so to really get how Zerobyte works, you just have to understand its basic philosophy. It's not complicated at all. It's a really logical blueprint that's built around just a few key ideas. Let's break it down. First up, we have the volume. The easiest way to think about a volume is that it's the stuff you want to protect. It's the what. This could be your photo library sitting on an SMB share, your work files on an NFS mount, or, just a regular folder on the same machine Zerobyte is running on. Next, you've got the repository. So if the volume is your valuable stuff, the repository is the high-security vault where you store the copies. This is the where. It's a totally secure, encrypted location where your backups live. It could be another hard drive, an Amazon S3 bucket, whatever you want. And this is where it all just clicks into place. The whole workflow is a super simple three-step process. 1, you point to your source data by creating a volume. 2, you set up your secure destination by creating a repository. And 3, you time together with a schedule by creating a job. That's really it. It's just what to back up, where to put it, and when to do it. But don't let that simplicity fool you, because hiding under this easy-to-use system are some seriously powerful features. Let's look at what makes Zerobyte so flexible, especially for more complex setups.
So, 40 plus. What do you think this number is? It's not the number of settings, it's not the version number. It's all about having options.
That's right, because Zerobyte integrates with a tool called rclone, you can use over 40 different cloud storage providers for your backup repository. We're talking Google Drive, Dropblaze, Backblaze B2, pretty much anything you can think of. This gives you an insane amount of flexibility to store your backups wherever you want, probably with a service you're already using.
Now, this is a feature for anyone who really cares about security. You know how managing passwords and API keys can be a real pain? Well, Zerobyte has a clever solution. Instead of pasting a password directly into the web interface, you can just tell it to grab that secret from an environment variable or a Docker secret. It's way more secure and makes your whole setup cleaner. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds pretty awesome. How hard is it to get running? Well, the good news is, if you're already in the self-hosting game, it's gonna feel right at home.
Seriously, that's it? If you've got Docker and Docker Compose running on your server, you have everything you need to get started. The project gives you a standard Docker Compose file, so you can be up and running in just a few minutes with one simple command.
When you do set it up, you get an important choice. The default configuration gives the container some elevated permissions, specifically something called sysadmin. It needs this to be able to mount network shares like NFS or SMB. But if you only plan on backing up local folders, you can choose the simplified setup. This option runs without those extra permissions, which is better for security, but the trade-off is you can't mount those remote shares. Now, it's really important to remember this is an active open source project, and the developer is totally upfront about it. It's still in the early stages, pre-version 1. So yeah, you might run into a few bugs, but you can also see that as an invitation to get involved, to report issues, and to help shape the future of the project. So we come right back to that first core question. You put in all this effort to build your own self-hosted setup. Your data, your photos, your projects, your media, it's priceless. So isn't it time you gave that data the automated, reliable guardian it really deserves?